I will begin. I'll begin. I'll begin begging. First thing I want to talk about is this tie wrap that I put on here. Now, if you take a look at the tie wrap, okay, what's going on is when I tighten it, you see this little piece over here? It's going to sit either A on the right side, this up, or I'll turn it, it'll be on the left side, up on this side, down on this side. The string we count as Mars, as a dividing window. The round we count as Earth because we have the circle in the center. The minimum size on cells on quadrille paper for Earth is 9. The minimum cells for Mars is 4. Mars gets the fourth ring of birth left. Earth gets the fourth finger right. When you move from right to left, this finger becomes 9 and this finger becomes 9. It is both 4 and 9 and 2. So we end up with 4, 9, 2, 7 is this finger over here. 2, 4, 9, 7. In the house of Beit, we are born unto the energy of Jesus on the cross. In the half-life of the spirit of 76, where the odds are, I'll give you 7 if you put 6 on the line. Where does all this come from? I count 5 fingers and then 6, 7. I count 5 fingers, then 3 fingers, 8, and the 1 finger I land on 9. Now, if you want to start changing it up and going to fingers and toes, when I go down to my toes and I count 10, this would be 12. But if I count 10 toes in this hand first, it'll be 15, and this one over here will be 19. In the spirit of man, in creation of the half-life. Now, I'm not sure if I want to put on AI. Just note that when numbers come together or not, okay, 49 is the word 8, EIGHT. The bat mitzvah happens over here. 19 is it created after it's created through 16. Where does that come from? 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 will equal 7 and 6, 13. Then 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 will equal 3 and 4. 3 times 4, 12. And 3 and 4, 7 equals to 19. So this one is a creation from here, over to here, and then over to here. And then there's reverse. If you want to reverse this against 100%, right? If you want to reverse this against 100%, this is what we're going to do. Birth in the gateway of man, the spirit in AI, 1991. Now, if we've reverted to 10, we reverted to 4. In the house of DC, through the moon passage, creation, and the cube. Now we're going to create it. We didn't do to number 7, so now we're going to go to number 7. Zion, Israel, the house of DC, into the spirit of the moon, back again. You see the way we get this over here? And then this one over here in the spirit of 76, these two will link together as these two will link together, as the invert of 9 is the 6. Why do these link together? The 1 is with 6 in order to create the 7. See, this is we're working on number 7 over here. Did I do this right? 6 and 1, 7, 1 and 6, 7, 1 and 6, 7, 3 and 4, 7, 1 and 6, 7, 9 and 7, 16, 1 and 6, 7. This will equal to 10 equals to 1, 4, 7. They're all going to equal to 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7, 7, 1, 4. Did I get this one right? This one is 4. This one is 7. That's 1. Let me. That's the way it lines up with this. That's when you're using this finger. If you're using this finger, right, the finger, right, that's the finger of Mars and birth. And birth is number 57 and 51. They are inverted. 28, 28, 27, and 28, and 2. In the heavens, a man born into the house of bait. Now we're going to jump over. If somebody just jumped in, I'm going to just go over this quick. What are these numbers? When you're born, you are said to be born onto the 9th month. I'm going to use 9 as a code. Mars is the 4th planet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Same finger. So born onto Mars is your birth. Mars is over here, but you're born over here. Or you're born over here in between the two. You connect the two together, right? And you hold on to these two fingers, 4 and 5 inside the sun, 4, 5, 5, 4. There's a few ways to understand position. I'm going to use 1 letter would just be first. 2 letters would be second. 3 letters will be third. Amateur into the Olympics, first, second, and third. The finals for the cup or the finals for the trophy is 2. But it took 4 teams that narrowed it down to 2 teams because it was always in pairs to end up with only 1 at the end. Yes, I'm talking to everyone here. I've got a great song that I want to put out. I'm going to put out that great song. What makes that song so great? Because you understand it and you can see and you can feel the good vibration for one and only. And what counts is that we get that good vibration, but we have to balance it off of what is good for one, what is good for the goose, might be not good for the gander. See, in gander, there's an A instead of OO. So now I'm thinking, 1 moon and 2 moons. Moon of Earth, moon of Mars. Gander, ending in red. So if I did that, I'm just thinking about the separation. So we always have to remember that when we're thinking of ourselves, we are all the others because we created a world of I. All over the place, it's just you. Everywhere in the world, it's just you. So when you act, don't disturb the other one of you that will turn around because you know exactly what they're going to say. It's you. Don't disturb yourself. You won't be disturbing anybody else as you move forward, pushing the other eyes out of the way without putting out too much turbulence. Zion, number 64. Zion, when I look at Zion, to me, the Z and the N both represent number 2. They both represent angles where the bottom part of the Z and the top part of the Z will tell me about separation of the heavens, the above, the center, and the bottom, because you're going to have 2 lines. It's going to be a crossover. So now if you take that Z and you just draw 2 lines on the side of it, you'll have 2 triangles, one above and one below, because our alphabet is only a part of a formation, right? The dot on the I is telling me about A, the separation of the window, Mars, and the line of the I is telling me about Earth. So I'm going to do it this way. First of all, the separation in letters. Because we need A, B, C, D, right? And we go A, B, and only end up with 1 in the playoffs. So we take 4. The separation here between A and D is BC. We have to put them together in the chain. Here, the chain is going to hook C with AB and C with DE. Here we have to split the BC train to connect B and C together with D, B and C together with A. Because there's 4 and what's happening with 3, here it's 5 and here it's 3. So if I want to understand something with the separation, here it's 5, it's 3, it's 1, 5, 4. Here it's 3, 3, 9. This is what connects. This becomes angel 10. We're going to use this one as Mars, Zion, AI, DNA. We're going to go 2. Maybe it's 2 split strands. The reason for this, okay, I'm going to see if I can explain it. Otherwise, it has no value. I just saw it now for 1 second. Let me see why I said this. Wow, it came in and out in 1 second. First, the 1 and 4 create the 5. 9 and 3 equals to 12. 1 and 2 creates 3. So although you have 15, right? Although you have 15 over here, you have 12, 15, you have 12 all goes into here. You actually have just what is 3 out of the 15 that remains. And inside of this, both of this goes inside and creates 5, although this is 10 and 15. If you want to go to 10, 15, we're going to go to 10 and 15. Every dot is a value of 5. When you add up all these numbers, and then you take 3 out, that's 15, and that's 10. So you have 10 plus 35, and here you have 15 plus 30. So here you would have J and O. Could be the beginning of Joe, which is also included in Jack, Joe, and there's a bunch of words that all go together. 11 and 12, they create within each other mathematically. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will equal 1 and 2, 3. And that 1 and 2, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will equal 3 and 2, 5. In the roulette, it becomes the point of this. This is 111 in roulette, plus these 2 points, which is 14 and 23. Your passage in the sky, 55. Your DNA through the sun to being the student of the 7th gate. Now, where are you the student of the 7th gate when you now have O and you have Y? When you have Y, you have 27 plus 15. The heart is the center of all that is around. There's 3 I letters and the dot that's in the center, equaling to 42, creating your gate. It's also 3 times 120 equals for your 360. Now there should be 4 times this to create a day. In this one over here, and by the way, this one is Earth. Earth is numeric 52. It's going to give me my J gate, my Q gate through DC Mars. This one over here is Mars. It's 4 times the 90. Your 90 is birth. We'll use that for January. I think January is 90, and in rotation of birth, it's February, and I hope I get this right. If I get this right, I think February is 96 in rotation of the sun. Not only that, on the 45th day, which represents 9 times 5 and 9 times 6, is your passage into what is 54 into the sun. 18 and 11 or minus 11 equals to what is birth in the sun, DNA, to what is the 7th gate. You have 9 and 9 on each side, creating a pole. When you have 9 and 9 on each side and you use the cube for reference, all the opposites are 7. So when you take 7 away from the 18, you have 7 and 11, 18. Oh, sorry, 7 and 11. 7 come 11 is 18. When you take away 11, you have 29. And to create this, it's 5 times 4, 5 plus 4 will equal to 20 and 9. And that is your IT system born into the sun. We also have to note that pending which number we're using, right? And you can note over here that 7 is one of your gates. We run in this cycle, the 147 cycle, according to the calculator. 147, 7 months of 31 days. And then you have 4 months of 30 days. And then you have 1 month of 28 days. Yes, there is a leap year, but I'm going to base everything on 7 times 28 plus 3. 4 times 28 plus 2 and 1 times 28. And I'll be looking at it this way. So 2 and 8 will create 7, 1. 4 to 8 will create 4, 1. And 1 to 8 will create 1 and 1. 1 for 1 birth right over here. Plus 0 if you want, plus 0, 0, and then 1. And that 0, 0, 1 will create the ABC. It's almost like before creation, we used 0. Now we're using 1. So the question is 1, 3, 0, 2, 4. I'm just questioning myself. Right over here. Here's Mars, which is the O, and Earth is the Y. It is 2, 5, the 25th letter and the 15th letter, 51 for Mars, 25 for Earth, equaling to the blue world 40. At the same time, they use this in the game of crap saying Yo 11. They're always calling this as Yo 11 when it actually equals to 4. And then it equals to what is 7 and 6. And the crazy thing is this is Earth and this is Mars. And now you end up with this. And how do we get both of them in the star system? We get it through this number over here. Where do we get that number from? We're going to have to figure that out soon or later. But the 1 times 6 equals to 6. The 1 plus 6 equals to 7. So now I have the plus and I have the multiplier. Now the plus, the multiplier, ends up to be Mars. So we're going to put Mars on the 45 angle. So Mars gets the 45 angle is Mars. And that would be the Queen 8 of the heavens. And Earth is going to get the plus sign. The 90 and 180. I and R, born into the sun, right? 90 degrees, 180 degrees, turning this 90s, and then flipping it right over to where blue is opposite green. To where white is opposite yellow. To where red is opposite orange. Here is 87. Here is 87. Their average from 87 is 43.5. Here it's 157. So their average would be 78.5. And here the average is 89, and that would be 44.5 to get to the 89. So each one of these, this is telling me about a gate over here. This one is telling me about the DC gate, the AI gate, this 1 and 9 coming together, 1 and 9 coming together, 1 in the center of 9, the 9 face. And then the last one, that's this one, the house of DC. And then these numeric values will come out to a single digit where, let me just put it up here. You're going to get 4 for blue and 4 for green. Very ironic. Then for white, we're going to get 11, and yellow, we're going to get 11. So we're going to get 2 and 2. And then red and orange, we're going to get 9 and 6. You get 9 and 6. So here we're going to get 8, 4, 6. How about if we put 8, 6, 4? And the distance or diameter of the sun, or is it the circumference of the sun, or the distance of Earth, is 86,400,000 something. The seconds in a day is 86,400 something. And this combination of colors created on Rubik's Cube all over the world tells that story. 65 white 11, 92 11. Blue opposite of green, blue 40, green 49, 4 and 9 13, 1 and 3 is 4. Red 27, orange 60. And that tells that story. Just let me see. What is this? I saw somebody solving Rubik's Cube. I don't know the story with it. Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. Just had to see something for a minute. Where am I? Okay, so we did that. We did the Mars. We also have to note that because there's 1,440 minutes in a day, we have to do the 360 of this 4 times, unless there's 4 of them turning at the same time, and there might be, which will make it 16 and 8, depending on how they move. The reason for that is just like in your hydro, it has to turn around 1, 2, 3 clicks in order for it to work. So if this turns around 1 time, 3 times, right? That 1 time that it turns for the 363 times has to have, is it 9 or 10 clicks? This one for 360, it's 4 times, right? 4 times 90 is 100, but every time it clicks for each corner. Because on this one, what's going to happen? Now, the question is, I made it this way. Did I have to make it this way? Drawing corner to corner, or can I have done this for the circle, right? But the smallest circle is this. The smallest circle this way is this. And the only way to go through this is like this. And that's how Mars goes through, right? Mars goes through Earth this way in Q, in creating the Q. In this one, it can go across as the plus sign. So which one do I have to use for Mars? And are we using one side or the other? How are we working the number of squares for base creation? Where else? So now I wanted to, we can jump into the penny if you want for a minute. I don't have the poker chips on me, what the value of the poker chips is, just for reference. But the standard money that we were using is 75. We're going to give 50 green. We're going to have 25. We're going to have 50 red, 25 green. And then we're just going to look at the dartboard. On the dartboard, what's the value or color of this? So we're going to give it that. Also, it's 57151, talking about the moon and Mars. The total is 91, talking about the spirit. When you come to the dollars, right? The empty space over here, we're not talking about the double zero. Here, I might be talking about a single moon with these zeros. Here, I automatically talk about 2 moons when the change is not involved. Can I involve it that way? Thinking about it. Here, note that you have put a comma, which could be a 9 after 3 numbers. So we have the 1 and the 2, we have 8. So the beginning is 125, 5 times 5 times 5, Yo, Earth, Mars. Then we have 18, Raish, born into the house of Venus. Then we have 38, the golden house, the divided house at the gate. And then we have 88 at the 7th gate of Q. And we have how much? 70, 85, 86, 87. We have 88 and 91. We have a total of 179 or 89. This is what our money is. So we have $88.91. Now, if we don't bring in the 50-cent piece, because it was pretty rare, it'd be $88.41. 5 and 7 equaling to what is the moon. If I multiply them on Adam, both of these, I will end up with 2 over here and 8 over here in the cycle of man. This also says home, but 1 and 4 is 5, 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, 7 and 5 electric, and then 57 is moon. So did we finish off on this? I was going to work on days of the week. We're not. I want to work on Celsius and Fahrenheit. So now you understand how yo comes in. And then there's cycles. There's the 3-day cycle, and then the 1 day, and then the 3 days. And just to note that there's 24 hours in a day. There's 2 parts of the day of 12 hours. To note that in 12 hours, there's 4 by 3 hours. And there's 3 by 4 hours. So all these things have to be understood. When you use something, you have to understand it as a full circle, because there's 3 reflections in here and there's 3 reflections in here. Why is there a reflection? Because it's A, B, C, D, reflect. A, B, C, D, reflect. A, B, C, D, reflect. So there's 4 parts. It happens 4 times inside to create 3. So we get 360 degrees through each one. So we get 3 and 3, we get 6 times 360 degrees. 2160 is the diameter of the moon. 1.5, which is the numeric value for Mars, reflecting 1/4 of time, right? To where 6 times 2160 equals to 1296, and 12 times the number equals to 25,920 is a cycle of the Mayans, a full Mayan time. So let me go over this one more time. What's happening? We have 12 hours. In 12 hours, you have 720 minutes. In 720 minutes, you have 2 times 360 degrees. So you have 4 times that. You need 4 to create 1 of it. A, B, C is we'll do the 4. A, B, C, D, okay, is going to do the, let me see, is going to do the 3. This one will be 3. This one will be 4 times 360 degrees. Now, I think I have to stop for a second and look this over, because I'm losing myself. What is 360 degrees? There's 1,440 minutes in a day. I'm always switching equations because I'm always finding new ones. So there's 4 times 360 to create this, which is 720. That's 2 times 360 equal to 720. But inside of 12 hours, right, there is 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours to create the 12. Each one of these will be 360 degrees. If we worked at a block at 3 hours each, right, it'd be 360 degrees times 4 would create 1440 running at this, and that would be Mars. Or it would be, let me see this again, 4 times 360. Hold on a second. Right, running at 4 hour stint, a 4 hour stint, and a 4 hour stint. Okay, I'm gonna do this so we can understand it better before I get into Celsius and Fahrenheit. We have 24 hours. We have 24 hours. We have 1,440 minutes in a day. We have 720 and 720, which is 2 times 360 and 2 times 360. But also in the morning, it can be broken down as 3 hours, 3H, 3H, and 3H. If every 3H was a 360, you'd have 360 times 4 equaling to what is 1440. Now over here, right, where you get 720 and 720 for the 1440 minutes in a day, and 2 times 360, okay? But it'd be 4 hours, you know, and 4 equaling to your 12. Now, if you counted these 4s at 360 degrees, so you'd have 1080. So in this one over here, you'd have 1080. And in the Earth numeric of 3, you'd have 1440. That's the difference between the two, between Mars and Earth. That's the difference between Mars and Earth connection in time. So now, okay, and I'm not going to have all the numbers because I can't put this all in my head right now. Now, in order to do this, right, this happens day and night. So you're going to get this 2880 out of a day. And here you're going to get this 2160. By the way, this one aligns with the moon. I'm trying to understand how this aligns. It aligns with 2 days. If this aligns with the moon, does this align with 1.25, the difference of what this is? So how many did I get here? I had 8. In one of them, I had 8. The other one, I had, let me see, 4. I had 8 also. 8 times 3, 24. Here, 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 4 equals to 24. 8 times 3 equals to 24. The 8-3 is the creation heaven. 11-22, 1/3 and 2/3. Planet of the apes. Here it's Zion, Israel. Mars. 7th gate. Q, D, C. I'm trying to see where else I can go with this. Anyways, that's a lot of numbers to remember, but I'm going to try and simplify it just to know that the base is a 3-day. Sorry, the base is a 3-day. So we're going to go 3 days in which we go 1440 minutes in a day. So 3 days, 1440 minutes in a day, which is 4 times 360. If we went 3 days, right, 4 times 360, we're going to multiply this by 3, right? So we're going to get 12 and 1080. Now, when we mirror it and go by 4 days, and by the way, 3 times 1440 is 4320, our vibration. We multiply 4 by 1440, it equals 5760. In Hebrew time, it is equivalent to the year 2000 reset. So here we're going 3 times, and here we're going 4 times. Let me see. So we end up with 16 and 5760. Did I get this right? 3 times 360, 4 times 1440 times 4. No, I don't want to do it that way. I don't want to do it that way. I want to get, hold on a second, 4 times 360. I want to do 4 times 360 times 4, which will give me 16. And it'll give me 1440. So in this one over here, we're going to complete a day. We're going to complete 1 full day. But in this one here, we will not. Earth and Mars. Running the clock and the moon. 1080, this is bronze. This is who we are. Seems like we're running less than time. We're running 360 less, which is our creation. IR. I'm not sure if you understood that. I got a little lost in it. Okay, sorry. Let me see. X marks the spot. Now, how do you get a spot? Do you get a spot by this in between 4 areas, or is a spot an area place? Right? Which one is it? Because this one is Mars and this is Earth. Now, the thing is with Earth, you have 4 spots, okay, encompassed. 4 spots are encompassed by 4, 8, 9, 10. Let me see. One here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, 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 here. So you have 2. You have 4 of them for Mars, and then you have 8 of them for Earth. Calling of the half-life in Pluto. So you have 4, 8, 9, 10. So you have 12, and you have 4, which is purple. Purple 88 through the 7th gate. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7 through the 7th gate of the spirit. So you end up with this over here. 1 area inside 8, which is 4 dots, and then 8 dots on the outside. How much is every single dot worth? Usually, we don't work it by this because all these dots will split an area. And every time you split an area, it becomes 8 to 1 when you split 4 areas up in the game of roulette. So what that's going to tell me is if I put 4 of them down, right, I'm going to get 4 times 8 if this one shows up, equaling to 32, the ram. If any other one shows up, I'm only going to get 8, which is the heaven. So I would lose. I would be losing that if this one came up here, I would lose on this one, and this one. Only when this one comes up. So what it is telling me, anything less than getting the heart of 4, only 1 of 4 will only show me up in one area. But when you get the heart, all 4 pay off, and you lose none. Otherwise, in here, okay, you gain 8, you're plus 8, minus 3, equaling to 5. So this is what it's telling me. So that in creation, okay, of the heavens, my cost is going to be into the E world, 5, 9, my birth. I'm going to lose 1 part of 8, equaling to 1 of 8, 1/8, or 7 and 1, 7 and 1 dark, and 1, 7, 1, and 1. So does X mark the spot? What is the total area of that spot? So anyways, we went into this piece just to give you how the numbers work with time and how it fits directly for the moon, for the diameter of the earth, the diameter of the moon, the distance between the moon and the sun, etc. I don't have the perfect result. I'm going to go over it again because I've done it many times before and it always works out. I mean, because it's made to work out, you know, with the 360 degrees. How many 360 degrees into your first moon? Oh my God. 28 times, actually it should be Rubik's Cube, 26 plus 1 and 1, but we're going to go 28 times 4 equals to 112 360 degrees. There's 112 360 degrees because it happens 4 times minimum a day, but multiply it by no, hold on, there's 4 times a day times 28 days equals 112 times 3 equals 336. Exactly 12 moons of 28 days per moon equals 336. Now 28 days, 28 times 4 times 360 for every day to make 1,440 minutes is 112. Now, that's for 28 days. That's a single moon. We have to do it times 3 moons. And the reason for that is that 4 cubes will equal to 84. 3 by 28 equals to 84. So we have to follow the that. And that equals to 336. The BarmitzVAH in rotation of the light, also 933 in the angels of Saturn, 1.5 times the amount of number 4, which is Mars, and then 1.5 times that, from 6 goes over to 9. So you use the multiplier 1.5. Whoop. 1.5 times 6 equals to 9. And that's our 9 birth for the 6th light out of the planet, 51, Mars. I was going to do Celsius and Fahrenheit, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to keep this video short. I'm going to come back possibly a little bit later. I'm going to read on this. Align with 2 days and you can learn from the mark. Daughter in 2012. Right. Just like Jesus in 2013 to 2023 is a connection. 2024, we invert now in 2024. Well, Lucy is 333, and that's the runner in the rotation, Lucy. It's 33.6, in fact, because L12 and U21 is 33, plus 3 is 36. So our creation is within that 36 of our higher self, INR. 3 by 3 equals to 9. 2 to the power of 3 equals to 8. Anyway, it's Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video. I'll be back a little bit later. Thank you.